from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
A pleasant evening and a very warm welcome to the National News Broadcast. We are coming to you live from Rupavahini's News Studios. I'm Dilanjali Ananda.
I'm Winhetchawachi and today is the 27th of January and here are today's headlines. The funeral of State Minister Sanat will be held tomorrow. The funeral of the security officer was held today. The Kandy multifaceted transport terminal complex with an investment of 300 billion rupees gets underway. The new alliance commences work. A special traffic plan in several locations in Colombo City from Monday in connection with the rehearsals of the Independence Day celebrations. A missile attack on a fuel ship by the Houthi armed group.
Now for those and other stories in detail. The funeral ceremony of late State Minister Sanat will be held at the Rajkadaluwa Roman Catholic General Cemetery in Arachikattuwa tomorrow evening.
Large crowds have paid their last respects to the remains today as well. The body was brought to Arachikattuwa from Jayaratna Florist last afternoon. The remains are being kept at a temporary shelter near the office of late Minister Sanat. The Mahasangha and clergy of other religious denominations, government and opposition representatives were among those who arrived to pay their last respects. Our correspondent says a large number of people were paying their last respects by this evening as well.
Now, the Sri Lankan fishing trawler with 2 members has been abducted by an armed pirate gang in the Arabian Sea this afternoon. The vessel named Lorenzo Putafo was in its maiden voyage when it faced this ill-fated incident. Director General of the Fisheries Department, Susantha Kahawatha, told Rupavahini that Sri Lankan government is engaged in an effort to finding the whereabouts of the abducted vessel. Director General of Fisheries Department said that the vessel was launched on the 12th of this month from Chilla and headed towards the Arabian Sea for deep sea fishing. It was abducted when the vessel was 1,160 nautical miles west of Sri Lanka. The vessel, according to the reports received by the Fisheries Department, Lorenzo Putafo, was approached by an unidentified vessel this afternoon and 2 gunmen boarded the fishing boat and fired into air. Then the armed gang captured the Sri Lankan crew and the boat. Other Sri Lankan fishing vessels in the area informed the Fisheries Department that the captured vessel was last seen towed by the vessel owned by gunmen. Director General Susantha Kahawatha said that the Fisheries Department, along with Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Sri Lanka Navy, have taken steps to contact various parties and gather information about the abducted fishing vessel. The funeral of late Anuradha Jayakodi, who had functioned as security officer of late State Minister Sanat, was held in Maravanguda General Cemetery in Kandy today. A group including State Minister Anuradha Jayaratna and Acting IGP Deshabandhu Tennakoon has arrived at the residence in Hendeniya, Maravanguda in Kandy. where the remains were kept to pay their last respects. On this occasion, the acting IGP has presented a donation of 1.5 million rupees to the family members of Anuradha Jayakodi. The deceased has been posthumously promoted to the rank of police sergeant yesterday. Now, work on the Kandy multifaceted transport terminal development project has commenced today.
A sum of more than 300 billion rupees of the World Bank loan assistance was set aside for the program. Construction got underway at a ceremony presided over by Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena. The project is to be implemented according to the concepts of President Ranil Wickremesinghe. It will be comprised of 3-tier main bus terminal, KMTT main building, bus parking yard, passenger arrival arcade with trade stall, a passenger flyover and a reconstruction of the central canal. The project is expected to be completed by December 2026. The lodgings of the railway employees are expected to be dismantled and removed in order to facilitate the construction. It has been decided to provide alternative housing for the employees. These workers would be ultimately provided with the residential facilities of around 7-storied housing complex to be constructed. Minister of Transport, Highways and Mass Media, Dr. Bandula Gunawardena, said that the loan disbursement is more than 300 billion rupees. The country could start repayment of the debt in year 2025. The debt repayment is to be completed in 25 years. The minister also said politicians may come here and there talk about settling the debt, but it could not be done in such an easy manner. He further said a small country like Sri Lanka is unable to engage in such a massive capital venture without foreign credit. Minister Gunawardena warned that the country would have fallen into more dangerous situation than 9th of May previous year if the project program was altered and jeopardized. He also said only a sheer fool would say that the country would be rebuilt without the assistance of the World Bank or the Asian Development Bank. State Minister Dimulawamgama said that another challenge of $20 billion. The State Minister further said that ultimately the country was compelled to receive $20 billion by conducting talks with the World Bank. He also said these projects are current to face problems in the future. This is the nature of the event. State Minister also said only after seeing the final outcome that we would be able to become complacent of our endeavours. State Minister Lohan Ratwante, Manager Training of South Bay Region of the World Fielding, Governor of Central Province, Lalit U. Gamage and other representatives have also attended the event. The police say traffic rehearsal prior to the 76th Independence Day celebration is scheduled to take place in several locations.
Today, the special traffic plan to be implemented on the relevant roads was elaborated. Officer in charge of Traffic and Road Safety, Deputy Inspector General of Police Indika Hapugoda, said that on the first rehearsal will be conducted from 6:30 to 8 in the morning. He further said that all the roads closed will be immediately reopened following conclusion of the first rehearsal. The DIG added that the second rehearsal is expected to commence at 11 p.m. and to conclude by 12:30 p.m. He also said that no vehicle will be allowed to enter the Independence Day commemoration premises from 1400 hours on the 3rd. The routes in which the rehearsals are to be conducted: Gaul Centre Road from Gaul Phase Roundabout to NSA Road Roundabout. The Chaitya Road will be kept closed. The road from Gaul Phase Roundabout via Kolupitiya Junction to the Kolupitiya Railway Road will be closed. Entrance to Gaul Road from the St. Michael's Junction. Entrance to Gaul Road from Rotunda Roundabout. Entrance to the NSA Roundabout from the Ceramic Junction. Entrance to the Bank of Ceylon Mawatha from York Street. Entrance to Chatham Street from York Street. Entrance to Mudaliga Mawatha from York Street. Entrance to Baron Jaitilaka Mawatha from York Street, Khan Clock Tower to Main Street, entrance to YMBA Roundabout, entrance to the Allcourt Mawatha and to Junction, CTO Junction from Sainak Junction, entrance to Lotus Road and Ceramic Junction from CTO Junction, entrance to DR Vijayawardena Mawatha from Gamini Roundabout, entrance to Regal Junction from roundabout in front of Slave Island Police Station, entrance to the Golfish Road roundabout and the Baladaksha Mawatha from the Marka Mawatha and Baladaksha Mawatha Junction. On the Gaur Road from Bambalapitiya Junction to Kollupitiya, entrance from Marine Drive and also from Railway Junction in Bambalapitiya to Kollupitiya, from Tumula Junction to the entrance of R.A.D. Mill Mawatha via Baudaloka Mawatha, entrance to the library, the Liberty Roundabout from Flower Road Junction, entrance to St. Michael's Roundabout from Liberty Roundabout. And these 20 locations will be kept closed during the times of rehearsals and also on the 4th of February, the day of the celebration.
State Minister of Irrigation Shashinda Rajpaksha says 120 megawatt capacity of the electricity is scheduled to be added to the national grid under the Umba Oya project by the 15th of next month. He pointed out this fact participating in a media discussion all in one path towards a stable country at the Presidential Media Centre yesterday. Statement of Irrigation Shashinda Rajpaksha emphasised that the Ministry of Irrigation is committed to enhance the food security, highlighting its role as a key contributor to the national food production. He acknowledged the substantial budget allocation of 23,413 million rupees for the ministry, with 6,913 million rupees dedicated for the reservoir maintenance and 16,500 million earmarked for the large-scale irrigation projects. This investment demonstrates the government's prioritization of food security and sustainable agriculture practices. It has also been pointed out that the State Minister Rajpaksha announced to paint a picture of the future Sri Lanka powered by renewable energy and abundant food production. The Maya project's imminent completion and the ambitious plans for floating solar panels are promising steps towards energy independence, and it underscores government's commitment to food security and agricultural development. These initiatives offer a hope for the brighter future for Sri Lanka's economy and its people. Now for look at a few local items in brief. Minister of Irrigation Pavitra Manyarachi instructed officials to complete the activities in Ellavala Reservoir Scheme in Ambalapitiya within this year. The minister made these remarks engaging in an inspection tour of the project. The Ellavala Restoration Lake has been designated by blocking the Kaduganarua Canal, which carries waters of the Iraporo River, which is a tributary of the Valave River via the Kithalabokka Anikat. Construction of the Ellavala Reservoir has commenced in the year 2021. The office issuing Swasthanta certificates of the Sri Lankan exports of fish to 28 countries in the European Union was declared open at the Katnaika airport yesterday. The office, operating 24 hours a day, is located in the air freight village of the airport. The office guarantees quality of the fish produced in the island according to standards. 100 silver plates, caskets and 100 mutkudas have been presented to 100 less developed viharayas. The Pinkama was conducted in front of the Ruanvali Mahasaya under the patronage of the incumbent of the Atamastanaya. The event was organized by the Chancellor of the Rajarata University. Another Suwa Udana mobile health clinic was conducted at the Kudawavar Junior School in Mahawavar Puttalam today. The Health Ministry is organizing the program with the objective of enhancing the health conditions of the public. Final rites of the veteran broadcaster Nanda Jayamanna will be held at the General Cemetery in Boralla tomorrow afternoon. She had joined the Radio Ceylon as an external allowance in the first half of the 1950s decade.
Now, the maiden public rally of the New Alliance was held in the Jaila town today with the participation of government opposition political representatives. The theme of the first People's Meeting of the New Alliance was a vibrant economy and a victorious journey. Speakers addressing the meeting said they are embarking upon a new political path through mature leadership. Mr. Panchayat said that different governments had ruled the country for the past 75 years. It's the time to look at a new direction. The minister from leadership amidst challenges. He also said that during the times of challenges, the relevant groups did not take up the challenges.
මේ අත්හදා බලන වෙලාවක් නෙවෙයි. අභියෝගයක් ආවහම නායකත්වය කියන්නේ ඒකෙන් පැනලා යන එක නෙවෙයි. අභියෝගයට මුහුණ දෙන්න ඕනේ. අර අභියෝගය එන වෙලාවේ ඒව බාර ගන්න තිබුණේ හිටපු අය. බාරගත්තේ නැහැ. ඒ නිසා තමයි අපි බාරගත්තේ. දැන් සමහරු කියනවා දැන් මෙහෙම කරන්න පුළුවන්. IMF එකට ඔයිට කලින් යන්න තිබ්බේ. ඒ කොන්දේසි ඔක්කොම පිළිගන්න ඕනේ නෑ. අපි ආවොත් මේවා රිවයිස් කරනවා, සංශෝධනය කරනවා. අතා ගොඩක් කියන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි රට වැටුණු වෙලාවේ මේක කෙලින් කරලා ගන්න, ඒ වගකීම බාර ගන්න
ජනාධිපතිතුමා ජාත්‍යන්තරයට 14 පාරක් කියලා දෙනවලු මාස 14. අනේ දෙයියනේ ජාත්‍යන්තරයට යන්න ඕන පුළුවන් කෙනා ජාත්‍යන්තරයට.
Parliamentarian Nima Lanka has appealed not to destroy the culture of the country. The JVP must be eliminated of the country. He also said that the president has gone abroad 14 times in 14 months. Assistance should be sought from the international to restore the economic. He added that the country needs leaders who have to go before the world without fear and talk. Lanka further said their party still do not have a party name or symbol. He further said that later on the largest number of parliamentarians will join the alliance.
මේ සන්ධානය අද පක්ෂයක් ලාංඡනයක්.
The Indian High Commissioner Santosh Jha says that India and Sri Lanka are working in many areas to enhance the bilateral relations. He made those remarks addressing a gathering at a function in Colombo to mark the 75th Republic Day of India. A reception was organized by the Indian High Commissioner in Sri Lanka to mark the Republic Day yesterday. Minister Harin Fernando was the chief guest of the event. Addressing the gathering, Indian High Commissioner Santosh Jha said that the two countries are advancing multiple energy initiatives. These includes the power grid connectivity that enables Sri Lanka to export power to India, saying that the multi-product pipeline will boost our shared interest in developing the Trincomalee as an economic hub.
Had the program Sari Gama Pa Little Champs season.
India has reaffirmed itself. The vision document adopted by our leaders in July 2023 seeks to build a stronger economic partnership with connectivity at its central theme. Since July 2023, we have started daily flights between Jaffna and Chennai and launched ferry services between India and Sri Lanka. We are working on building mechanisms to establish the India-Sri Lanka connectivity corridor. We are also advancing multiple energy initiatives. India is also Sri Lanka's largest trading partner. In 2022, bilateral trade stood at $6 billion. In recent years, we have also been the largest foreign investor in Sri Lanka. India continues to be the largest source of foreign tourists in Sri Lanka. We hope to enhance our economic partnership and enhance Sri Lanka's export potential through early conclusion of economic and technology cooperation agreement, just as the FTA opened new export opportunities. Till date, we have contributed over $5 billion towards our development partnership, which has touched every single district in Sri Lanka. India's priorities are determined by Sri Lanka's needs and aspirations, and that too principally of its citizens. India and Sri Lanka are natural partners. We are, if I may say so, irreplaceable, indispensable, and inseparable as partners. Our interest in matters of security and development are interlinked and intertwined. The huge potential our partnership holds and the tangible impact it can have on the lives of the people, common people, drives me to work harder to further deepen and strengthen it.
And the special telephone helpline 1927 was introduced for those drug addicts who are willing voluntarily to direct themselves for advisory services in order to seek treatment and rehabilitation. The task force for the prevention on the usage of poisonous drugs and dangerous drugs is in charge of the program. The media briefing to enlighten the relevant groups was held in Colombo yesterday. Chairman of the Dangerous Drugs Control Board said that any person who has been harassed could call the number 1927 and express their grievances. They could receive advice from a person with psychological experiences.
ඒ අවස්ථාවේදී යාට කරන්න තියෙන හොඳම දේ කුමක්ද කියන එක පිළිබඳව යම්කිසි මනෝවිද්‍යාත්මක අත්දැකීමක් තියෙන ප්‍රතිකාරය පිළිබඳව තියෙන අත්දැකීමක් තියෙන කෙනෙක්ගේ ඒක ලබා ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක 1928ට අමතන්න කියලා අපි කියනවා. ඒ නිසා ඕනම කෙනෙකුට විශේෂයෙන්ම නතර කළ හැකි මේ අවස්ථාවෙන් ප්‍රයෝජනය ගන්න අපි හැමදාම රැවටිලා ඉන්න අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. 1928 අමතන්න.
Commissioner of the Department of Community-Based Correction, Dilan Gunaratna, said that officials in the Divisional Secretariat divisions will also strive to liberate those addicted to drugs from this habitat. He further said that his department is also conducting social development programs on behalf of the family members of the addicted persons. Commissioner General of Prisons Tushara Upuldenya said that the rehabilitation unit is being maintained for those who have been caught for engaging in offences. The services of the officials of the Dangerous Drug Control Board are being deployed to provide treatment for the drug addicts.
නිලධාරීන් එක්ක මේවට ඇතුළත් කරන නේවාසිකයන් ඒ අවශ්‍ය ප්‍රතිකාර ලබා දෙනවා. අපි අබ්බැහි වුවන් අපි උත්පාදනය කළ නැවත සමාජගත කරනවා. හැබැයි විශාල මහා පරිමාණයෙන් මද්ද විජාව ආරම්භ කරන අය හෝ සුළු පරිමාණයෙන් ජාව ආරම්භ කරන අයට අපේ දෛනික බන්ධනාගාර තුල වාර්ෂිකව හිමිවන කිසිදු සමාවක් හිමිවෙන්නේ නැහැ. මේ අල්ලගන්න
Commander-in-Chief of the Sri Lankan Navy, Vice Admiral Priyantha Pereira, said that magistrate will have to take a decision regarding how to capture the drug should be destroyed after inspections of the narcotics. That's all the news we have from home. Stay tuned for international stories coming up next.
North Foreign News. A tanker with links to the United Kingdom was on fire for several hours in the Gulf of Aden after being hit by missiles fired by the Houthis.
The Iran-backed movement based in Yemen said it targeted the Malin Luanda Tafay in response to American-British aggression. The United States and United Kingdom have launched airstrikes on Houthi targets in response to attacks on ships in the Red Sea region. French, Indian and US naval ships provided assistance to the vessels. The tanker flies under the flag of Marshall Islands and is operated on behalf of the multinational trading company. In an update today, multinational trading company said all crew were safe and that the fire in a cargo tank had been put out. The ship was now sailing towards a safe harbour. The company said it is the latest attack on commercial shipping by the Houthis in and around the Red Sea. The group says it is targeting vessels in the region in support of Palestinians in Gaza, where Israel is fighting Hamas. In a statement, a Houthi spokesperson claimed the Malin Luanda was the British ship and was targeted in response to American-British aggression against our country.
The United Kingdom has become the latest country to post funding for the UN agency for the Palestinians. It comes after the agency announced the sacking of several of its staff over allegations of involvement in the 7th October Hamas attacks. The UK government said it was appalled by the allegations made by Israel. The United States, Australia, Italy and Canada have already suspended additional funding to the UN agency created in 1949. The UN agency for the Palestinians provided the healthcare, education and other humanitarian aid to the Palestinians in Gaza, West Bank, Jordan, Lebanon and Syria. Yesterday, in an advisor to the Israeli Prime Minister told the BBC that 7th October Hamas attacks had involved people who are on their organizational salaries. Mark Regev said that it was informing showing that teachers working for the Urunava schools had openly celebrated the 7th October attacks. He also referred to an Israeli hostage who had been held hostage in the house of a staff member working for the UN agency for the Palestinians. The allegation prompted reaction from major donors. The US State Department announced it was suspending additional funding for the UN agency, saying it was extremely troubled by the allegations of UN staff involvement in the attacks. The EU said it was also assessing further steps based on the result of full and comprehensive investigations.
Terima kasih, Santamai.
A Bangladesh team has secured a 121-run victory over the American team in a match of the World Cup Under-19 one-day cricket tournament in Bloemfontein in South Africa.
Bangladesh ended their innings at 291 runs for the loss of 7 wickets, 70 runs losing all wickets at the end of 47 overs and 1 delivery. West Indies team beat the England team by 2 wickets in another World Cup Under-19 tournament match yesterday. The England team, batting first, scored 192 for the end of 50 overs. The West Indies fulfilled the budgetary target by scoring 196 runs for the loss of 8 wickets in 41 overs. In the 9th match of the Bangladesh Premier League cricket tournament, Sri Lankan cricketer Dashanaka Shawn, he displayed his talents in the Kulin Tigers team, scoring 160 runs for the loss of 60 wickets at the end of the innings. Darshan scored 40 runs. The rival Ragapur Raiders team, in reply, only managed to score 130 runs, 2 runs for all wickets at the end of 18 overs and 4 deliveries. Another Sri Lankan cricketer, Kusal Perera, also stood apart in the 9th match of the International T20 League cricket tournament being conducted in Sharjah in the United Arab Emirates. He was representing the Emirates team. The Emirates team hit 180 runs for the loss of 7 wickets, with Kusal Perera scoring 42 runs. The Sharjah Warriors team were all out for 74 runs. The Emirates won 106 runs victory.
And that's all the news we have for tonight. Join us tomorrow at the same time for the very latest on Channel I. I'm Delanjali, together with Uwin.